Tonight marks 8 years since the worst act of terrorism to ever take place in America.
Victims of the 9/11 attacks are being remembered across the U.S. today and here in San Diego, where several ceremonies have been held throughout the day. News 8's Craig McKee is live at Mission Bay, where a candlelight vigil is about to get underway. Craig?
Yeah, good evening, Barbara Lee and Carlo. You know, there are thousands upon thousands of memorials and ceremonies taking place all across the nation today. And it doesn't matter if you have thousands of people there or just a handful. The fact that people are taking time out to remember what happened on this day 8 years ago is obviously so very important. In fact, right now they are starting to gather here in Mission Bay Park to have that candlelight vigil. The vigil is set to begin in about 15 to 20 minutes. They're planning to be out here until around 8 o'clock. And they're honoring not only those who perished on that day, but also those who are still dealing with the effects of those attacks. In fact, the piles of debris were painstakingly sorted through hand by all the human volunteers and first responders out there. They were searching for everything from human remains, pieces of clothing, jewelry, other items that could potentially identify victims. As a result, first responders who worked in that heavy smoke and dust as part of the effort are still feeling the effects. And that is why Nancy Kern from United Peace is out here today and organizing this candlelight vigil. Nancy, why was it so important for you to organize this and just remember these folks on this day?
Well, my friend David Weiss was a firefighter at Rescue 1, FDNY, and he did perish in the World Trade Center. And I know if he didn't die that day, he would have been working on the pile trying to recover the remains of his brothers. And he may well be one of those people who is ill today. So I think it's really important that we remember our first responders and we take care of them after the fact as well.
All right, real quick, where can somebody go to find out more information about the project?
They could go to the Feel Good Foundation, where they'll talk about the James Adroga 9/11 health compensation bill that's working its way through Congress. And John Feel, he does raise money and gives it directly to first responders and civilian volunteers, very important, civilian volunteers who are suffering as well.
All right. Well, Nancy, thank you so much for joining us again. They'll be out here till 8 o'clock. You can go ahead and come out here and join them and light a candle and honor all of those who unfortunately lost their lives and are still affected by the 9/11 attacks. Barbara Lee and Carlo?
Craig, thanks. According to New York State Medical Examiner's records, 758 people who worked at the World Trade Center site have died from illnesses associated with the dust and chemicals in the air.